This video is on solving one variable inequalities. It is extremely similar to solving equations except for one minor change. The difference between solving equations and solving inequalities is when you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality symbol flips. There will be an example where that happens. Example number 1 is 0 is greater than 3x minus 3 minus 6. The first thing I'm going to do is combine like terms. I have a negative 3 and a negative 6. So negative 3 plus negative 6 is a negative 9. So I bring down my 3x, and then I have my negative 9. My 0 is greater than 3x. My next step is I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3x from both sides. The inequality symbol is my equal sign. So when you move the sides, you need to make sure that you do the opposite. So now I have negative 3x is greater than negative 9. My last step is I need to do division property of equality. So to do that, I need to divide by negative 3. Remember how we said when you divide or multiply by a negative number, your sign flips? Well, we just divided by a negative 3. Since we divided by a negative 3, my inequality symbol changes to instead of greater than, less than. So now I have x is less than 3. So my answer is just that. Sometimes it will ask you to graph it. When it asks you to graph it, you're looking at a number line. And so what you do is you would put a circle at 3. Since this is not or equal to, it's an open circle. If it's equal to, it's a closed circle. And then it's less than 3, so less than is to the left. And that would be the answer to x is less than 3. Here's a little guide so that if you have to graph inequalities, you know whether to use an open or closed circle. Open circles are used when it's just greater than or less than. Closed circles are used when it's less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, because the equal to means it actually touches. If you have an open circle, it doesn't actually touch that value, but it can get as close to that value as possible. So in that last example, when we had less than 3, you could have 2.99999, but you can't have 3, therefore it's an open circle. Example number 2 is 7 is less than negative k minus 3 plus 2. The first thing I need to do is distributive property. So I have a negative 1 times a negative k, which is a positive k, and a negative 1 times a negative 3, which is a positive 3, plus 2, less than 7 in the beginning. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I have a positive 3 and a positive 2, which is a positive 5. Now I'm going to use subtraction property of equality. So subtract 5 from both sides. So I have a 2 is less than k. You really should write it where the variable is on the left. So it's k. And so if I'm reading it from right to left, it's k is greater than 2. So then I draw my number line. It's not or equal to, so it's an open circle, and greater than is to the right. Example number 3 is 3 minus 2 times the quantity n minus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 1. The first thing we need to do is the distributive property. Negative 2 times n is negative 2n, and negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8. Bring down my 3, and my greater than or equal to negative 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms. I have 3 plus 8, which is 11, minus 2n is greater than or equal to negative 1. Now I need to solve for n. To do this, I need to work towards this value of n. So I'm going to do the furthest away, which is negative 11. That's a subtraction property. I get negative 2n is greater than or equal to negative 12. My last step is the division property of equality. We're going to divide by negative 2. Since we divided by a negative, we flip the symbol. And so our answer is n is less than or equal to 6. So we're going to graph this. 6, it's equal to, so we fill in the circle. And then less than is to the left. And that would be the answer for example 3. Now it's your turn to try some. Number 1 is 2p minus 4p is less than or equal to negative 2. Number 2 is negative 5 times the quantity 1 minus 4a is less than negative 5. And number 3 is negative 2 times the quantity b plus 1 plus 4 is less than or equal to 10. Good luck!